Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Brenda. Well, I went out and got a ship this morning already, and I just got done editing it. I got the Herbert C. Jackson Upbound. Oh, thank you, Brenda. It was windy and cold down there. Windy and cold. But that didn't stop me. I don't know where everybody is this morning, but hey, I'm glad to have at least some of you here. 4 people are watching. Thank you for taking the time to search me out. Good morning, Frank. How you doing? Oh, Frank's got it's cold with light snow. All right. Not good. Skyfly, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Here comes Justin now. Good morning, Justin. Either Justin doesn't have his mic on or something.
Yeah, I was trying to fix my audio.
You're trying you were trying to sneak in?
No, I was trying to fix my audio.
Oh,
Just messed up.
Good morning, Justin. Good morning, Paul.
good morning, Ed.
Uh,
Justin, so how was the bus trip this morning? Were a lot of kids there or were there some absences?
a few missing, but that's almost every day.
A
So
normal missing? Okay.
yeah,
Have
you
you
always
heard
have.
have you heard anybody talking about having the flu or something over this time of year?
No,
Okay. Just because usually a lot of kids start giving the sniffles and getting the stomach upset and that kind of thing. So it's not an extreme situation this year. At least not in your area.
that's not. I don't know.
Good morning, Sunstar. Good morning, Frank. And good morning, Skyfly. And that's all.
What's up, Brenda and everybody? Joel. I think Joel's on there. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know everybody's name.
What's up, Jody? Well, Drone
Jo-
Shots and Frank Rizzo are the same person.
Yep,
That's Jody.
Jody. Yep.
So he uses Frank Rizzo as his cell phone account, and his Drone Shots is when he's at home on his computer.
And his real name is Jody. He's a contractor, isn't he, Justin?
I have no idea what he does.
I think
I should-
he's talked about doing cement work and doing different things.
No, that's Dusty that does cement.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Joe Soils.
I should remember that name. That's my nephew's name, Jody.
Shorty.
Jody.
Oh, Jody. Oh. I thought you said Shorty. I was like, I don't know anybody named Shorty. I don't know who you're talking about.
Frank says he had a bad few weeks. He had the flu really bad a few weeks back ago.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people were sick like 3 or 4 weeks ago, but I haven't seen anything the past week.
How's the wife and kids at your house?
Yep.
Good. And the pupper dogs are doing good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, did you say you have a cat there as well?
Got 2 of them.
Oh, you got 2 cats. All right. Now, how do they all get along? Cats and the dogs and
Oh, yeah. They're all used to each other.
Meow.
Miss Kitty, she's our oldest animal that we have. She's like, gotta be 7, 8 years old now.
Oh, really?
She goes around and cleans all the animals, the dogs.
She licks them?
Yeah, she'll be standing over Bo and Tyson giving them a bath.
So how many years is that in cats? Like you,
Oh,
Well,
Mhm.
dogs is 1 year of ours for 7 years of theirs, but I would imagine it's probably similar, if not a little bit different. Hey, Lance.
Morning, Paul. Morning, Ed. Morning, Justin.
more Miss Lance.
in my personal experience, cats tend to have a little bit better lifespans than dogs. Every cat I've ever had has outlived damn near every dog I've had.
How old was the oldest cat you had before it passed on?
Well, it had been the 2 cats I grew up with at my mom's house. One was either 23 or 24,
Oh, wow.
and the other one was a year younger because they were from the same mom, but 2 different litters.
So they were in their early 20s.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't
Okay.
realize cats lived that long.
Not all do. Those 2 just happen to live that long.
Lance, you got any cats at home?
No, I'm allergic.
Oh, okay.
You started talking about him, I started sneezing.
Meow.
I like cats. I just can't be around them. And it's not every time either. You know, I'll go over to a friend's house and I'll pet the cat, you know, and hang out and nothing happens. The next time I go over, you know, my eyes start to close and, you know, I start to itch and sneeze. And so, you know, it's not an every time thing.
Frank said he had a cat for 16 years, Justin.
Yeah, I've
Wow.
seen a lot of cats live like 15, 17 years, roughly.
Oh yeah, that's pretty normal. That's a 15 to 20.
You're lucky to get that out of a dog, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 15 is you're doing well at 15. My dog passed away at 13. Her sister from a different litter was 2.5 years older than my dog, and she lived to be She just died like 2 months ago, so she lived to be like 18.
My uncle's dog lived till it was like 2021, but it was like blind and deaf and shit the last like 4 years it was alive. So
You know, why do you keep
Didn't
them
live.
alive? I don't know. I don't understand that.
I mean, the dog didn't really do anything. It just kind of sat in its bed and rotted away the last 4 years of its life. I mean, it wasn't like sick or anything. It just was old and it didn't do a whole lot and it was blind and deaf.
Had a hard time getting around, I would imagine.
Oh no, it's just the dog was just really just didn't have any energy at that age. So it would just he could get up, go to the bathroom and everything, but he would just lay in his little bed all day.
Wow.
You guys didn't get him a blind stick?
It wasn't my
Yeah.
dog, it was my uncle's dog.
Get him a what?
Walking stick.
Oh,
One of
walk.
those blind sticks, you know, like the blind people have?
There's days and I think I need that, and it's not because I'm blind, it's because I'm stupid, you know?
Now, the longest dog I ever had personally was probably about 11 or 12 years old.
Frank had a golden lab that lasted 19 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, I got the dysplasia in her hips.
Yeah.
That's real common for dogs. Especially
That was one
certain-
of the issues that I had with my Mia. She got hard time getting around and she was staggering but you know, at some point in time, like you said, Lance, you got to love them enough to let them go, you know?
Yeah.
certain dogs get display are almost guaranteed to get that. Like German Shepherds are really bad for dysplasia. And then I've had like we had a cat a few years ago. No, more than a few years ago, about 7 or 8 years ago. It didn't live but like for 6 or 8 months and died from kidney failure, and it was just a baby cat. Wasn't even that old. Wasn't even a year old.
Wow.
And died from kidney failure. Just
Good morning,
randomly
East
all of a
Coast.
sudden. Do I?
I'm just saying good morning to East Coast and time fly.
Time to fly. East Coast is here, yeah.
So East Coast is Dusty. And Time
Yeah.
to Fly, that's Al.
The East Coast says your pets will last a lot longer, so if you don't give them people food.
I mean, I guess I'd have to agree with that to a certain extent because there is a lot of bad shit in people food that they shouldn't eat. And frankly, we shouldn't be eating either. So and things that are really good for humans, so there's some stuff that are not good for dogs at all. You know, there's certain types of I
Chocolate.
think like vegetables and fruits that dogs are not supposed to have.
Chocolate, grapes.
Right. Like yeah, grapes are one of the ones that are real bad for dogs.
Chocolate for sure.
But to be fair, chocolate and grapes aren't going to kill your dog if they have it. Like some people like blow it way out of proportion there. Oh my God, your dog ate a half a Hershey's bar. Now it's a death sentence. It's like, no, your dog will get through it. It will probably get the shits for a couple days, but it'll get through it. It's just, well, you don't want your dog eating it on a regular. Because our dogs have gotten into chocolate a few times over the years where, you know, they ate a whole fucking bag of something or another. And they were fine. It's not an automatic death sentence if your dog eats a Hershey's Kisses.
So what does happen? Like, what does it do? They get all hyper? Is that?
My dogs honestly didn't. You wouldn't have ever known they even ate it.
Oh, wow.
Bo, I mean, he got a little bit of the, a little bit of the shits for about a day or so, but other than that, he was fine. But I'm saying people like try to describe chocolate for dogs as like if they eat a Hershey Kiss, that's it, they're dead. It's like eating a cyanide pill. Like it ain't that freaking bad. I've seen plenty of dogs eat chocolate where they got into like kids' candies and different things like that. I mean, that's how our dogs got into it. As the kids left a bag of candy down where the dogs could get it, and they got into it.
Holy, Frank used to give him a one Hershey bar every day. Wow.
Oh, dude, I know people that just give their dog whatever the fuck they're eating. They don't even care. I mean, like Mark will tell you, Mark pretty much feeds his dog whatever the fuck he's eating. It'll be like curry, anything. He just lets Precious eat it. Some people just let their dogs eat whatever the hell they're eating. I try not to. I don't give my dogs stuff from me too often. I know Sarah does. She spoils the hell out of the dogs.
Yeah, no, we don't feed home food to our dog.
I rarely give the dogs anything off my plate. The first thing they've gotten from me in a long time was that chicken strip the other day. I didn't want to throw it away, and I split it and let them each eat half of it. But Sarah and Tyson are like two little peas in a pod. When she's eating, he sits on her lap and she'll fucking feed him off of her fork and shit. That's her little baby boy.
Put the napkin around his neck, eh? Just
Oh yeah, Tyson is her little baby. I mean, he was started off as my dog, and then Sarah stole him from me.
He stole his heart.
Be right back, guys.
hey Justin,
yeah.
is she one of those ladies that take your dog for a walk in the stroller too?
No, she's not like that.
Oh.
Just Tyson spends a lot of time with Sarah. And then Aubrey too. He spends a lot of time with Aubrey.
Yeah,
He really loves the girls in the family. Those are his favorites. You fuck with his girls and he will get pissed.
I got one neighbor that takes her dog for a walk. Doesn't even take the fucking dog for a walk. Pardon my language. Goes in the stroller. What's the point taking your dog out?
I said dog. Even dogs have turned into a bunch of pansies these days. Yeah, if you're gonna put your dog in a stroller and walk it, you might as well just keep it in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I understand if your dog maybe has a medical condition or something, and that's the only way it can get outside. That I would understand. But if you're just walking your dog in a stroller just to walk it in a stroller, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that's fucking posh as hell.
No, there's nothing wrong.
On
There's nothing
YouTube,
wrong with it.
on YouTube, I've seen where they have those things they strap on dogs that have leg problems in the back. It's like wheels. And they take the dog for a walk, and it walks with its front legs. The back legs are kind of hung up above with the wheels.
Oh, that's for
I've
dogs
ne-
that have hip surgery.
Yeah, I've never seen that in live, but I've seen it on YouTube.
Yeah, Al, the cheapest place to fly into is Orlando. You fly into like West Palm where TJ's at, or you fly into Tampa, it's a lot more expensive. That's why I've always said they need to move the drone meet a little closer to the central part of the state, because a lot of these people will fly into Orlando and then they'll spend 2 hours freaking renting a car and getting in a car and driving all the way down there. And then they need to stop throwing it on spring break too. Week. That's to me is just stupid. Is the price?
Are you
of
going to the
everything.
meetup, Justin?
No, I haven't been to it in 2 years. I went to the first two, but I didn't go to the last two. I don't fly drones anymore, so I don't really want to go down there, to be honest. I don't know how expensive it is to fly into Fort Myers, Dusty. Imagine it's more expensive than Orlando because Orlando's always been known to be the cheapest place to go into. I know that airport like the back of my hand. I've been in there so many times. And there's one spot, it's really weird. Like there's like a quarter-mile spot where you drive through the airport and you're going up to the departure or not departure, like where you pick up people. And there's about a quarter-mile strip of road going through there, and your fucking GPS will wig the hell out every time you drive through there. Starts jumping
Morning,
all
Mark.
over the place. I was
Good
pissed
morning.
too.
Hey, Mark.
Morning.
First time I ever went to Orlando Airport, I was leaving, and the fucking GPS told me to go through the parking garage. And I come out the other side, and they were like $20. I was like, man, I'm not paying $20. I said the GPS told me to drive through here. I said I didn't know where I was going. The lady was like, okay. She lifted the gate and let me go. I'm paying fucking $20 just for driving through
Justin, did you see what East Coast said?
here.
Yeah, it sounds to me like because of his dog situation that Captain Joe can't go. Because Johnny's going to go down. He could go with Johnny, but he's got those 3 pupper dogs and he doesn't have it. He lives by himself. He doesn't have anybody to really take care of the dogs. And he said it would cost him almost $1,000 to put him in doggy daycare for the period he'd be gone.
Yeah, because he'd be gone for at least 3 to 5 days.
Yep.
You're talking a couple $100 per dog a day.
Yep.
I mean, technically, he could bring the dogs down here because most hotels allow you to have dogs, but and cats and stuff like that. There's a lot of hotels that allow you to have animals, but the problem is if he's out all day, those dogs are unfamiliar with that hotel room. Who knows if they'll go
Yeah,
apeshit on
exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not really fair to the dogs to take them to a new place and then abandon them for hours at a time, you know?
Johnny might not want the dogs in his new van.
that. Yeah, Las Vegas meetup. Yeah, that's a lot closer to you than coming all the way to Florida because he's all the way in Northern California. I think they're doing it this year again. I've seen people advertising it on Facebook, so pretty sure they're still doing another one this year.
Yeah, he said he was.
I know somebody said a few months ago that Tom and Bob Dempsey got into it over something, but I never heard nothing about that, so I don't know. Because that's what people were saying. They weren't sure if they were doing another one. but I don't even know if that's true or not.
I think Bob and Tom had a falling out, but I think they're okay again now.
Hovland win on Sunday, Mark?
He did. My one shot.
Yeah, Thomas fell apart there on that. On I forget what hole it was, 17 or 16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Actually, he had like a 3-stroke lead at one point, and just kind of they chipped away at it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a shame Bridgman didn't manage to stay there, but he got third, didn't he?
Yep. My NCAA brackets blew up this weekend.
Hey, Jim, good morning. How you doing, Jim? Welcome.
NCAA.
I still have Florida to win it all, and they're still in it barely. Beat UConn by 2. Well, my electricity went off last night, and about 1 o'clock, I think. And I thought I get to use my Power 1000, yay! And about 3:30, I was going to get up and make coffee. It was still out, and I thought, okay, here I go. I'm going to plug everything in, and I fell back to sleep until I have never slept till 5:50 since Justin was born, probably.
Like the other day, I slept until 11, and I haven't slept in that late in a long time.
I do that nearly every day.
I used to get, even if I go to bed on the weekends at like 2 in the morning, I'll still be wide awake by 8 o'clock. Usually. I was real surprised that I slept in that late.
And Sarah let you.
Well, nobody was home. That's probably why I ended up sleeping in that late. Everybody was gone doing stuff, so. Because that was last Friday, or Saturday, she was at it in Tampa with her best friend, and the kids were off doing stuff with her mom.
Be quiet. No. You can't have any more bacon butty. No.
Go Blue, Michigan made it to the Sweet 16. The hell's that?
Back at work today, Justin.
Yep. Your week off starts what, next week?
Yeah, next week. No. The week after next week.
Yeah, we don't really have any more. We don't really have any more days off till the last week of the school year. We have a 3-day weekend for Memorial Day, and that's it. And then we come back Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the kids are out Thursday.
When do you guys get out? The end of May?
Yeah. Last week of May.
And do you actually get any money over the summer holidays, or do you not get paid if you're not there?
No, it's the
Prorated.
same. Yeah, it's prorated.
Ah.
But I think I'm gonna do a little bit of Ubering over the summer too, earn a little bit extra money. I
What,
don't
in
know
your, in your car that doesn't use any petrol?
yet. In my old car, I used to make good money. I don't know how well it's doing around here now. I mean, the population has exploded around here, so I'm assuming it's busier. But back when I was doing it like 4 or 5 years ago, I was making $150 on average a day. So
Oh,
and I was
wow.
only working about 4 or 5 hours a day, so it wasn't bad. My best night, I made 1,400
Hmm.
in a 6-hour period. And that was actually the last day I ever Ubered. It was the January. It was actually the New Year's Eve of 2020, right before COVID started hitting the U.S.
Taxi drivers make a fortune on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day here because there's no buses running.
Well, see, I made really
They
good.
charge like treble the amount that it would normally cost.
Oh yeah, dude, I was making really good money. I went to so I got a trip from Legoland all the way to Orlando. So I took that, and then when I got into Orlando, it was right around the time Disney was closing, and I was getting people left and right that were only going like a mile, mile and a half from the park to their hotels, but they were charging them like $150 for a ride. Uber was. And people were paying it, and I just kept going back and forth for like 3 hours or so, and ended up with $1,400 by the end of the night after they took their fees and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I had an hour drive home, so I was out for about maybe 5 hours. 5 or 6 hours, something like that. It wasn't very long though.
Yeah, Lexus did Uber in her Tesla for a while.
It's not bad if you just want to make some extra money for a I wouldn't do it consistently for a long time though, because it does wear and tear on your car over time. But for her, it was probably way cheaper to be doing all electric than it was gas for sure.
Mm.
Is Uber like here? You have to give candies and drinks to the customers?
No, is that a thing up there?
Man, you guys are cheap out there, man.
No, that cuts into your profit. Why the hell would you do that?
Yeah, bro. My brother used to do it. You had a little cooler with drinks, water, like
I mean, if you were
candy.
selling them,
What
for,
did they set? Did he sell the other stuff to them?
No. It's for like it's a compliment.
That's
Hell no.
crazy. There's
Yeah,
no free rides in this country. Unless you're going
No,
to jail.
you get
no,
less
that,
money than if you were a proper taxi driver because Uber don't charge as much, and then they take their cut.
yeah, that would have cut into my profit too much.
Oh, come on, Justin. 2 candy.
Candy's bloody expensive nowadays.
Well, and some people you would get like, there were some people that wouldn't tip you or anything, and then, they might have only wanted to go 2 miles across town, and you only made like $7 or $8. It wasn't much.
Well, that's
So,
why they
yeah.
use Uber. Because they don't tip.
Yeah, and it's cheaper.
Mm.
At the same time, I don't want to give somebody $3 worth of complimentary shit for an $8 ride across town.
Yeah. That is the only trouble. You pay for your taxi ride before you even get in the taxi, which means that you don't pay the taxi driver at the end of the trip, so you don't get your hand in your pocket to get any tips out either.
Well, not only that, like taxi drivers, actual taxi companies around here. I think there's only one around here. And I don't even know if they're still around, but you had to go like a minimum 5 miles or something before they would even pick you up. Otherwise, they would charge you that minimum.
Oh yeah, I always charge you a minimum of so much as well. Yeah.
Yeah, where Uber didn't do that. Like people would call Ubers to go fucking half mile down the road and pay $7, $8. It's like you could have just walked that.
I think it's only like a mile, the minimum charge. But I mean, if I go into the centre of Manchester by taxi, which I don't do very often, but I have done, it's only like 3.5 miles, and it costs about £15.
What is it you want?
Yeah, and if you're going 2 ways, that's £30 he paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, taxi here it starts at 3.25 and it's 25 cents a kilometer. Top of that.
I don't even know what they cost her. I haven't rode in a taxi in years.
Do you charge, or yours charged by the mileage or the time?
Yeah, here is by the kilometer.
I think here they kind of depends on where you're at. I think some do time, some do.
I mean that's why a lot of the taxi drivers in Europe are so crazy, because they charge by time rather than mileage. So the quicker they get there.
Yeah, here as soon as you jump in a taxi, as soon as he arrives at your door, it's 3.25 and 25 cents a kilometer.
Yeah. It's
if you go,
it's similar, the same way that we do it here.
I'll see here, and it depends on
They
where
don't
you
charge
go.
you per kilometer, they charge you per quarter of a mile.
If you order a taxi like in Orlando, it's probably going to be like a minimum $20 when they arrive. You know?
Oh shit!
It depends on where you're at, you know, because if you're in a big touristy area, you get best believe they're going to charge the fuck out of you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're taking a taxi company that's just in a local little small city that most of their business is just local people, yeah, you're probably going to get a better deal. I've only ever seen one taxi company around here, and they drove really like, I'm talking torn up fucking minivans. Like they were just junk looking. Like looked like they had like 500,000 miles on them, just all torn to shit. Like very unprofessional looking vehicles for a taxi service.
Oh, they have a more stringent roadworthiness test for taxis than they do for normal cars here.
But here you can get was it the Uber Black, I think it's called.
Yeah, there's about 3 or 4 different levels, isn't there?
Yeah, there's one called, I think it's called Uber Black or something. And what it is it's like, that's if like you're a businessman coming in from Orlando and you want like a really nice like town car to pick you up.
Yeah, like a limo. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they'll pick you up in like a real nice car, and your car has to have certain specs in order to drive for that. Like it has to be a minimum of a certain type of town car. It has to be all black with tinted windows. Like they require the car has like a bunch of shit. Has to be within a certain year. Like it can't be more than like 2 or 3 years old. Like they want something that's real new. But you make a lot of money doing that one.
Yeah.
Because people will pay a couple $100s for a ride to go, 5 miles down the road because they got the money. They don't give a shit.
That's because the company's paying for it. They're just putting it down on expenses.
wonder if I remember correctly, I don't think Uber lets you drive a car that's more than 10 years old, I think they have a limit.
If I don't.
You'll have to check into that
Uber.
though. Because my car's pushing 9 years old, so I'll have to check into that and see if that's still a thing or not. Pretty sure it was 10 years, but can't remember.
Show up with the car all rusted out.
Yeah.
Well, and then they want to maintain a certain image. They don't want people driving like beat up pieces of crap, you know.
Yeah.
But I have seen Ubers that are driving like just dog shit cars. I mean, that I wouldn't want people getting into.
Yeah, here, come on.
Like if I was calling an Uber, I probably wouldn't want to get in their car.
Here.
Mm.
Which to me is most likely they're probably lying to Uber, because Uber will tell you to take pictures of the vehicle on the inside and outside, at least when I did it, because they want to see what it looks like and everything, like how nice it looks or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm almost positive some of these people probably just go and take random pictures of somebody else's car. It's the same model, and take new, and then just send that to Uber, and Uber doesn't know the wiser. It's not like Uber has fucking managers out there looking at people's shit and stuff. It's all done over the phone. There's no way to really quality control that. And see, I used to use the customer and the employee app. Because on the employee app, you can't see how many drivers there are in your area. But if you use the customer app, it shows you all the different drivers in your area and where they're at. So I used to use that to keep track of the other drivers. And then I would go back over to the employee app. I had 2 phones, and I was able to keep track of where all the other cars were at. So I knew how many people were in the area. I don't know if that's changed. I haven't been on that app in a long time, but that's the way it used to be. You couldn't see the other drivers on the employee app, so you didn't know how many people were in your area. I'll tell you what, it was nuts at the Orlando airport. You'd go in there and all of a sudden 200 Uber drivers would pop up on your screen, all just in the airport. I was like, huh.
I've just looked it up. From my house to the centre of Manchester now is, what is it? Uber XL is £18.81. Then the next Uber down is £12.38. Uber Comfort, is it? Is £14.27.
Good morning, TJ.
TJ!
They call ours Uber Exec.
TJ must be going to work.
Yeah, over here we have Uber XL too, where you can order a bigger car if you have more people.
No, there's but with the one that you said was black is called Exec here.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's called that anymore. I'm pretty sure that's what I used to call it back when I was driving, was because you had 3 different ones. You had regular Uber, you had Uber XL, and then you had Uber Black, and XL was just a bigger vehicle. If you had, say, 6 or 7 people, you could
And we've got
minivan
Assist as well. Assist is for disabled passengers.
Yeah,
and that's cheaper.
I don't know if they have any of that over here anymore, or what they have. I haven't looked into it. I'm going to look into it about 2 weeks before summer starts.
I mean, I've got prices of £12.33, £14.27, £18.59, £11.98, and then the Assist one is £8.98.
I wouldn't be surprised though if they're not getting some kickback from your government for doing that. Probably some kind of tax break or something. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because they're offering that particular accessibility feature.
That's a weird one. We've got one that's Uber Pet, which means you can take your animal in the taxi with you as well.
Oh, no, they did have a fourth one. It was Uber Share. And it was one where they would pick up like 3 or 4 people at 3 or 4 different stops.
Yeah,
And so the ride took a lot longer for you, but it was a lot
well, it's
cheaper.
cheaper.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah. It was the Uber Share or whatever. I don't know if they still do that one, but yeah,
Well, that one's definitely not showing on ours.
so yeah, you had to, they would pick you up, but you might be the first stop of like 4 or 5 stops. And you would have to go around with the driver, pick up all the other people, and then you'd be the first one to get off, and then the next one. And they'd go in order of who they picked up first, would give you the first one to drop off. So yeah, I remember that one. I never did that one, but apparently that one, it was like, instead of paying like $10, you'd only pay like $4 to go somewhere. So you'd save a
Yeah.
significant amount of money.
You save a lot, but he'd make more money the more passengers he had.
Right.
Yeah. Because instead of one $10 fare, you might have four $4 fares.
See, there you go, Mr. Paul. You could be a Uber driver.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna do Uber Eats, but see, Uber Eats is different. See, like regular Uber, there could be 100 drivers within a quarter mile of each other, and they don't give a shit. But Uber Eats, they only allow so many people in one area to do it, so it's a lot harder to get on with Uber Eats. Like, there's a
That would
long,
explain why sometimes it takes forever to get here.
there's a long way there. When, at least back when I tried signing up for it, they offered me, they said, "Oh, you want to get on the waiting list?" Yeah, and I did Uber for almost a year and never even got a call back about it.
Oh, wow.
And I was on the waiting list.
One of the other things they do with Uber Eats is if they can pick up 2 different orders from the same cafe or takeaway. And then it depends on which one's the closest as to which gets delivered first. So you don't know where they are because they won't tell you on the map where they are until after they've cleared the first job. So you haven't the foggiest idea how long it's going to take to get to you if it's delivering to somebody else on the way to you.
Did you see that one guy that this guy did a YouTube video where he paid through Uber for an Uber driver to take him across country and back?
Good God.
And it was like a week and a half long or something. The Uber driver ended up making like 12,000 or some shit off of it for like a week's worth of work. Yeah, I mean, it was worth it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it was a
definitely worth it.
trip.
Mm.
But he made like probably about a quarter's year worth of pay in just, a week and a half. It's time to drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did a whole YouTube video about, oh, I wonder if Uber will let us go across country in one trip. And Uber actually did it. And that shit was just racking up. They were stopping and staying in hotels and everything on the way. And they paid for all the Uber drivers like food and everything, as they were just they were real cool with the Uber driver. They were paying for all his food and his expenses and everything. And then they gave him a big old tip. Plus, he made a shit ton of money off of Uber for them doing it. Yeah, I want to say he walked away with like 10 or 12 or 15 grand, something like that, by the end of it. And he was gone from home for about a week and a half, something like that. Made a shit ton of money off of Uber for them doing it. All right, I'm gonna jump off.
You had enough?
I'm gonna go relax for a little bit before I gotta go back.
Okay.
All right, I'll catch y'all later. I'll be watching, but I'll catch y'all later.
Okay.
Okay, see you later, Justin.
Yeah, bye, Justin.
Why do we tell you anything?
So what's everybody going to be up to today? It's not a nice day here. I don't know how it is where everybody else is.
It's cold here too. It is. Well, they're saying we're supposed to get snow. No. So I'm gonna go finish painting my house downstairs.
Well, what you
That's my
painting?
agenda for today.
What are you painting?
Well, I'm painting downstairs. I did the kitchen last week. I did 3 walls in
Okay,
the
so you're
living room.
doing interior painting.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it's that cold out, you're not outside painting a house.
No, not outside, no, inside. I hate it because you got to tape the wall and oh man.
Oh, yeah, and you gotta have a steady hand too. I don't imagine Mark does a lot of painting in the house, do you?
No, my house is actually wallpapered.
Oh, that saves a lot of problems.
Yeah, and my doors and woodwork is all varnished rather than painted.
Nice.
That's how the other half of the world does it.
Mm-hmm. I think that nowadays more and more people are going towards just having a plain paper over the plasterboard and then painting it rather than re-wallpapering. I mean, I must admit this wallpaper in my front room has been up since 1998.
Oh wow. TJ, what do you mean, Rubberneck? What are you talking about, bro?
DJ babbling again.
Yeah, he said something at his rubberneck this morning. Does my neck feel like rubber?
No, a rubberneck is when you go past an accident kind of thing and everybody turns to look at the accident. That's called rubbernecking.
Oh, because I keep looking this way?
Yeah. Yep. That's what he's talking about.
See, I just learned something new. Oh, that's what they call painters. Oh, okay.
All right. I didn't know that.
I didn't know
See,
that.
I just learned something new. See,
Maybe that's only what Giggles calls them is rubber. You know.
I just learned
Yeah.
2 things this morning.
Well, I'll tell you, if you know a painter and you refer to him as a rubberneck and you don't get slapped, then that's not what they're called.
I think TJ just made that up.
Yep, I do too, Jim. That's a TJ word or definition. TJ's definition.
Well,
You can't find it when you look it up, but it's TJ's definition.
Go up to a painter. Hey, John, you're a rubberneck today, eh? What? That's funny.
Boone, stop.
Dag nabbit.
DJ!
Hey, there he is.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
He's an iPhone.
And he's got his problem is his headband's a little bit too tight and it's squeezing his head.
That's funny. That's pretty good. My headband was too tight. That's pretty
It
good.
didn't let the thoughts flew out.
That's pretty funny. That's funny.
Hi,
No, but
Jim.
okay. So I heard this was like a long time ago. They call painters rubbernecks. I think I don't know.
Who's they, TJ? You know,
I don't know.
Was this something you thought up in your middle of your sleep or what?
No, it's I don't know. Like that's I don't know. I heard that like a long time ago. Like I don't know. Like somebody said, "Oh yeah, I'm a painter," so they call me Rubberneck or whatever. I don't know.
TJ, read what Jim just said.
What? Oh, I'm on my phone, so I can't read the chat. But I'm about to hop on my computer right now. Computer.
He says, "Hold on, just a minute, everyone. TJ's is a roughneck."
That's funny.
That's a good one, Jim.
Yeah. Oh me. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, man.
All right, let's see.
That's a good one, Jim. DJ, read the last one that Jim just posted.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Oop.
Paul, did you read that one?
Yep. Yep. Jim's pretty sharp
Hold
on
on a
that.
second. Hold on.
TJ, loosen the headband a little bit. You'll get it.
Paul,
All right, we're back.
It's Anthony.
Wait, what? That's the easiest way to get out of it. Rubbernecking. That's funny. Oh goodness. So what color are you painting your house, Ed?
I did one accent wall. Well, 3 of them. It was like a light gray.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And it's the rest of the walls are like a beige. It's not white, but it's like a yellow, I guess. Gold, I don't know.
Buttermilk.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Buttermilk.
What kind of paint do you use? Do you use, or what brand do you use? Like do you get Bear or?
Yeah, the good one, the expensive one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Bear's a pretty good paint.
TJ's favorite paint is watercolor.
Watercolors. I'll just take the paintbrush, dip it in there, and just splat it all over the place. That's funny.
Or he could be using eraser, mate. I didn't like that.
Eraser.
I don't mind the painting. It's just to get stuff set up, like taping,
the taping,
everything. I have no patience for that.
I feel like painting, just like, I don't know, it's kind of just takes a lot of time. It's like, man, I just want this to be done. You just start it and you're just like, oh, why did I do this? It's taking forever.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why they made.
Why couldn't I just hire a professional?
That's why they made these little electric spray guns.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, but then you got to cover
the job done a
everything.
whole lot quicker.
And then you gotta cover all your furniture, move all your furniture.
Yeah.
It's bad
Kind of
enough I
crazy when you have the cabinets on the wall and you have to like kind of paint around the cabinets and shit like that. It's like, and you got to put
It's the shit like that, Ed. Yeah.
the shit like that. Yeah. you put they have that frog tape. I think I've never used frog tape before, but I've always seen people use the blue kind where you put it like in the corner. Yeah, painter's tape. Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah, I use I use the green. I use the green one.
Hey,
You mean
TJ, thank your wife for loosening your headband.
I think it's just referred to as masking tape here.
Yeah, the green one. Yeah, that's the one I use.
Masking tape.
Oh, white,
I
green, blue.
I've heard the frog tape works pretty well though.
Not as well as Gorilla Tape.
He says he's heard.
I've heard. Yeah.
You can't use Gorilla Tape on the wall, can you?
Probably
what, like
not.
masking tape?
Yeah, if you don't want to take it off.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
All the glue and stick.
Could you use masking tape if you wanted to?
Well, yeah, that's what
it's made for. We're talking about Gorilla Tape.
Gorilla Tape. Oh. Yeah, if you took that off, the paint would come off as well.
Well, probably part of the
most
surface.
of the wall would come off.
Yeah.
You're bringing out half of your drywall.
So what's Lance doing? Is he getting ready for school or what?
I am, yes, getting ready for school. I'm looking actually at the very second you asked me that. I was
Now, what do you have another week before you get spring break or what?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
There's a. Oh.
You were reading the same thing I was reading it.
Yeah. Jim just paints everything.
It's in cans of food.
Well, it'd be easier, Jim, if you just use spray paint.
Yeah. He gets a stool and puts like a can of food or whatever object he's painting and gets his easel there and then just like paints it and looks at it like that one artist where he had the mirror.
Vase of flowers.
Yeah, where he looked at his mirror and he was painting himself.
Yep, that's my agenda for today. I don't know how much I'll get done. But...
Oh, there you go. Oh, what the hell? She's watching some game show or whatever, and this black lady's like freaking out and going,
Is it a Wheel of Fortune?
I think.
No, I don't know what game it is. Maybe Pyramid.
I seem to think
$1,000 Pyramid.
Oh.
Yeah.
It seems to me that every time I watch an American game show, the audience go absolutely daft.
Yeah.
Especially that one, Let's Make a Deal.
Oh, yeah.
What you thinking, Boone?
Hey, Boone.
Is that like our Deal or No Deal, where they all have a different value in each box or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With Howie Mandel.
Yeah, we don't have it with Howie Mandel.
Go lay down.
It was first done with Noel Edmonds. Can't remember who does it now, but it's a young comedian. I think The Price is Right is one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
For people going overboard.
Yeah. I think, wait, what?
Boss Ross. The Boss Ross. Bob Ross. That's a good one.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one, Justin.
That's pretty funny. Oh goodness. I think I saw an episode of The Price is Right where this lady got chosen and she about tripped when she got up on the stage. Because she was so excited she almost tripped and fell. It was pretty funny.
You had to be there.
Yeah, you had to be there.
That episode was about 20 years ago, but yeah, you had to be there.
Yeah, you had to be there.
Good morning,
What's up,
John.
Big John, what's up? What's going on? Dear Mr. Bob Ross, we are all so sorry that Justin said that about you.
JDS.
Pretty little bush. Pretty little bush right over here. That's funny.
Hey, JDS said hi to you, Mark.
Hi, John. Ow. Can't get rid of this. What's it?
Yeah, it's cold here too.
How cold is it?
Here it is. Oh, they're calling to snow.
It's warm. It's warm here. It's about like 70 something degrees.
39 here, TJ. And I was out flying in 25 degree weather with about 25 mile an hour winds.
Oh wow.
It's -7 here.
-7 centigrade.
Yes.
Over where Mark
It
was
is.
at. Or where
How cold is it over there, John?
Well, it's 14 degrees here.
Oh yeah.
Justin told you to watch something.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
That bush is there. Come to your house and I will cut you. Why not look anything like this?
Sounds like Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you. This is what it was. Here, hold on.
Oh, that's a beautiful bush.
That's a beautiful bush. If you tell anyone where that bush is, he's like, "Oh, that doesn't look anything like mine."
That's a good one.
Yeah, that doesn't look anything like mine.
There is no bush there. He's just
Yeah. Oh, did you just watch it?
yeah. It's the whole family.
Yeah.
If you tell anyone, I'll come to
If
your
you tell
house.
anyone, I will come to your house and I'll kill you. That's funny.
-7 at JDS's.
John, don't answer. If it's work, don't answer.
Yeah,
It's,
don't answer.
it's 14 degrees here.
Woo. Colder than a witch's tit in a brass brawl.
Is anybody watching Zero Day?
Watch what?
Zero Day on Netflix?
No.
No.
the third to the last episode, the guy buys something from B&H, and they show the bag, and he's pulling out the product. It's a big, huge advertisement for B&H. B&H Photo in New York City.
But it wasn't an A3S.
No, he was buying
Yeah.
a CB radio, a ham radio.
All right. No. CBs are completely different to ham radio.
And we're gonna put a
Don't ever tell a ham radio person that he's just on CB.
If you tell
Oh yeah, they get mad at that.
push is there.
Yeah.
I used to be
will
big
come to your
into
house and I will
CBs,
cut
like in
you.
ham radio, but not
Don't
now.
look anything like his. Out of hell with it.
I started on CB, but then went to ham radio.
Over there, do you guys have your license too for ham radio?
Yeah. I've had mine since 1982, I think I passed it.
Yeah. Here it was big here. Like if almost everybody had a CB in their cars and trucks, but now everything died down.
Oh, I was
Well, ever
on-
since they got mobile telephones and cell phones, nobody
Yeah.
needs a CB radio anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I was on CB when it was illegal over here.
Well, that's because Mark, you're just such a rebel. We all knew that.
Oh, it's still legal here.
There
Like,
was quite a lot of us on CB, but it wasn't legal here. And the trouble is, eventually, we did force the government into making it legal. And they decided that, right, 27 megahertz FM, not AM.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's still like a few people
Complete-
out there that still use CB radios, right?
Yeah, but they made it legal on a completely different
Frequency.
modulation more than anything than the illegal ones, so that all the illegal ones were still not being able to use. And the trouble is, because they made it legal, all of a sudden you got swamped by millions of kids with CB radios. So
Yeah,
most of the old CBs that were on the illegal stuff, the original ones, all took the radio amateur licenses and went over onto that instead.
Yeah, here you're allowed to use the CB from channel 1 to channel 40.
Yeah.
Anything below that, you have to get a license.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think you needed a license when they made CB legal over here, but I don't think you do anymore. And they've extended it a bit. They're allowing sideband and a few other bits and pieces now on it.
Yeah. Well, now they got.
But I mean, they made it legal here in about 85-ish. No, in 80. It would have been 82, same year as I got my license. Yeah.
Yeah. You got your lower sideband, your upper sideband, and
Yeah.
in between channels.
Yeah.
I got this little guy. Gets me out pretty good.
Mm.
Let's see if you can see.
Is that a walkie-talkie?
Yeah, it's a Bullfing.
Oh, there you go.
Mm.
It gets me out in case I have emergency. There's no cell phone.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I take it with me where I go sometimes where I know there's no cell phone service, so use that.
Hey, do any of y'all like when you go and get a prescription at your wherever.
Wherever you get a prescription at,
Yeah.
if the kid's standing down in the corner, you say, "Have you got that?"
Yeah, pharmacy.
Yeah. Do any of y'all ever use the app GoodRx?
No.
Don't
That's
have
a
it
pretty
yet.
good app to. That's a pretty good app to use.
Don't need it
'Cause
yet.
it actually saves you like a ton of money than what you're actually paying for your prescription.
Oh, I can't do that.
Because
My pres-
I went to go
my-
get a prescription and it was like over $100.
Well,
And
so what you're saying is your doctor is writing you prescriptions and paper?
Well, no, they send it over to Walgreens, and like I went to go get it, and it was like over $100, but it was only like part of what my insurance was paying for, and then I guess I don't know if I had to pay the rest out of pocket or whatever, but then I downloaded GoodRx, and I only paid like $67 for it.
My prescriptions are free.
Yeah, I don't pay for prescriptions.
Oh.
You got to get better insurance, TJ.
Yeah, well, I use Optum RX, and that I guess they're pretty good. So.
And in the UK, when you're over 60, you get free prescriptions anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, Jim, because there was a guy there that I was talking to, and he showed me it, and I was like, oh my God, I could be saving like a ton of money with this app. Instead of paying full price, just go to like have my doctor like send my prescriptions to different places where the cost isn't as much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you go out to get your prescriptions, be looking over your shoulder because that kid's connected, and they'll be shooting your ass for going somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely don't want that. But I normally because I normally go to Walgreens since I work there.
Yeah, kind of makes it easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, and there's one like right up the road from my house. So.
You mean you don't pick your prescriptions up from work?
Well, I do, but there's a Walgreens right up the road from my house. But then like I work at another store in Jupiter, so like I have my prescription sent to the one right up the road from my house, so it's easier, and I don't have to go so far. Yeah. Even between co-payments, Jim. Yeah, that's pretty good too.
So does that mean that at the meetup, TJ, you're going to be able to see your work from where you are?
Yeah. Like I can go to any Walgreens and get it, but I just chose to have them send it to that particular one since it's close to the house. It's easier.
Yeah, I've got to go and pick up 2 prescriptions today. That's 13 different items.
How are yours free, Mark? Just through your insurance and stuff?
Nope. In the UK, once you reach 60, you don't pay for any prescriptions.
Oh wow, nice.
Plus, you can also get an exemption certificate if you're ill in such a way that it needs regular and lots of prescriptions. So diabetics get it for free anyway, because you need to get stuff every month and quite a few bits and pieces. The more ill you are, that means you need more medication, they will put you on a general practitioner's exemption certificate. That means you get free prescriptions anyway. Or you can also, if you're not ill enough, you can get a prepaid one where you pay a certain amount a month, and then that covers all your prescriptions that you get, and it usually works out cheaper if you get more prescriptions, obviously.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
It's interesting from a pharmaceutical point of view.
A saving money point of view. Yeah. I mean, that saves me a lot of money because if you have to pay for your prescriptions here, each item is like £10.
That's funny. Oh, that's pretty good.
Pharmaceutically speaking.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it does work out expensive if you do have to pay for prescriptions here because it's £10 per item. So, like, I've got to pick up 13 things that cost me £130 if I didn't get it for free. What time is it now?
10, almost 10:30.
2. It's no good you telling me what time it is, TJ.
Now, you got to work today, TJ?
Yeah, I go in at 3:00 today.
Okay. So at least we know somebody's going to have an eye on you.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know.
just tell them you've been having headaches because the headbands are too tight.
my hat was too tight on my head.
There you go. There you go.
That
So
was pretty good.
Your wife's on spring break now, is she?
Yeah, I didn't even know it until because like 8:00 started rolling around. I went upstairs to use the bathroom. I was like, "Don't you have to work today?" It's like, "No, I'm on spring break."
Is that right? Is that right? TJ says, "Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep. Abba-dabba-doo. Abba-dabba-doo."
That's funny.
You need to put her on and see if she really sounds like that.
Yeah, Lance wants your wife to say something. She want to know if she sounds like that.
That's funny. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna call it there, TJ.
Alrighty.
Everybody have a great day. We'll see all of you again later today, 6 o'clock. You're working till what, 9 or 10?
Yeah, I'm closing tonight. So
Are you
All
packing it in?
right.
Are you
I'll
packing
pop
it
in and say hello.
We're packing it in, Lance.
in? Okay.
Bye.